Hello folks, welcome to part 4 of my Manali and Ladakh series. So we have left Nubra and we are going to Pangong Lake right now. We are right now in Shyok Valley. This is adjacent to Nubra Valley, and the valley is really massive, surrounded by mountains on all sides. I mean, it's a rocky valley with Shyok River flowing in between, but it's really gorgeous. Right before Pangong Lake, there is a Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary. It's famous for Pasmina goats, horses and yaks, but especially these cute little animals, marmots. I can't go near it because it will run away, but so cute, right? Now this sanctuary is in very stark contrast to the entire Ladakh because there are a lot of meadows here, whereas the entire Ladakh was barren and deserted. So we have finally reached Pangong Lake, and my god, it's so windy here. So you can see there's a lake behind me. 30% of this is in India, 70% is in China. This is, I think, approx around 140 or 150 kilometer in length, and the lake is behind me. And this is the hotel camp stay we are staying in. These are cottages, not exactly camps. So we are getting ready. We'll be going to few points, like there is a 3 Idiot shooting points. We might be going there, and then we'll be going to the waterfront areas, and then by before sundown we'll be back, because at 4,000 meter you can't stay much longer outside. You have to be inside, indoors. We have left Pangong Lake and we are going to Sho Moriri. The actual route via Chushul that lies near China border is actually closed from last year, so we are taking the longer route from Changla Pass. So this is the first stop we are making here. In front of me is a frozen lake called Sholtak, I think. From here we'll be climbing to Changla Pass, which is at around 17,600 feet. We are currently at 17,000 feet. It's cold here, it's sunny. It's totally bearable. It's not that windy, but the lake in front of me is totally frozen. So we have finally reached Changla Pass, 17,688 altitude, which is mentioned behind me. It claims that it is the second highest pass. I think the first highest obviously is Khardungla. The area is little bit developed. You have cafes here, you can have breakfast or lunch. From the base of Changla, the village of Sakti starts, and to be honest, I have never seen such well planned, well executed village in my entire life. Just check out how green and how yellow this is. I think this place is famous for mustard farming. That is why you can see yellow patches, which are basically mustards. But my god, check out the village. I mean, so beautiful, right? If you take the route from Kharu to Sho Moriri via Chumthang, you will be following Indus River for quite a lot. I mean, somewhere around 50 to 60 kilometers. And this is the Indus River. And that in very far, if you can see a bridge, yeah, that bridge is actually a Three Idiots shooting point. So we are currently on our way to Sho Moriri from Upsi. As I said, right, the route from Chushul is currently closed because of Indo-China tension. So in this route, there's a place called Chumthang. We had lunch here. So nothing much is special about this place, except that this place has natural geysers or natural hot water streams coming in. So we are 20 kilometers outside of Sho Moriri Lake. The road to Sho Moriri is not exactly great, and even the route is not that great until now, because now we have gained some altitude and I have a lake in front of me. I'll show you. And I don't know the name. The locals call it Chota Lake. I mean, in Tibetan language, or sorry, Ladakhi language. But this landscape is really mind-blowing. So we have finally reached Sho Moriri. Sho here actually means lake. Look-wise, it's very similar to Pangong, but I think this is Sweet Lake. Pangong is saltwater lake. So, and this is not as big as Pangong, but this does support some wildlife. There are cranes, ducks, some other birds, and this place is very remote. The village here where we are staying is Karjak. It has very basic amenities. If you are looking out for 5-star facilities, even 3-star facilities, please don't come here. But apart from that, the landscape, the views are just plain amazing. I mean, Ladakh is extremely beautiful. So we have left Sho Moriri and we are heading back to Leh, and this will be the end of our part 4 Pangong and Sho Moriri journey. So one thing I'd really like to call out is if you are someone who value luxury or convenience, you might even get frustrated coming here to Shamoriri. But I'd really like to emphasize on this fact that it's my personal view, but this lake, the Shamoriri, is actually much more beautiful than Pangong. It's not as big as Pangong, obviously, because Pangong is around 140 kilometers, but this lake is just more beautiful. It's wider and it has much better viewpoints where you can get a more panoramic view of this lake. So yeah, we'll be stopping at few more points. I don't know, we'll be heading back on the very same road which we came from. Nothing much special there. I think it should take us around 6 hours or 7 hours to reach Leh back. So yeah, this will be the end of this vlog, and this will be the end of entire Manali and Ladakh journey. Yeah, I'm wearing the mask right now, not exactly because of the COVID, but also because of the sun is very harsh. So yeah, I hope you guys liked all those 4 videos. So I'll see you guys in some next journey. Please do like the video and subscribe to my channel. Till then, bye bye.